Welcome. It's me, Universal Tutor. Today we're going to look at factorization, and we're going to look at some common errors that students make when factorizing. So when you are factorizing, there are three things that you have to understand. Number one, you have to pay attention to the signs. Number two, you have to pay attention to the equation, the whole equation. Number three, you have to pay attention to the values that are given. They might give x, they might give y, so it's very much important you write the values that you are given. By all means, the answer can be correct, but if the values have been mistakenly misplaced on the equation, they can't mark such an equation. So we are going to look at into this equation. We're going to look at into this equation, which is saying factorize completely, which is our number what? Our number 4. So we're going to write our question here, question 4. So we are going to say 6x squared minus 24xy. So here it's telling us to what? To factorize. So before we factorize, the common thing we must begin to understand here, we must identify common multiples. So common multiples, I'm talking about numbers like 6. 6 can go into what? Into 24 without leaving a remainder. So when we look at 6, we use 6 as our common what? Our common number here, as our common variable. So we are going to use, and we have been given the values that we have been given here are x and y. So we need to pay attention also to the what? To the power that has been given. So meaning here there is a 2, meaning here there are how many x? There are 2x here. So this 2 is representing the number of x that are here. And here it's showing that there is 1x here, and there is what? There is y. So this equation, so when we want to factorize it, it means make it simple. So what we are going to do here now, to factorize it now, we are going to get 6. This 6 that is at the beginning, we're going to put it here. 6, we have said x is common, so we're going to say 6x, open brackets. Then we're going to say 6x, since there was what? There was a 2 here, saying that there were 2x. So we are going to put 1x in the what? In the bracket. Then we are going to say, we are going to carry the same sign. We are going to say negative. How many times does 6 go into 24? Which is 4 times. So since there is already an x here we only put a what? A y. So meaning our factorization is done. So if you want to prove that your answer is correct, so when you solve this equation, when you solve your answer, it must take you back to the given equation that you are given in the question. That proves that your answer is correct. But if you multiply your answer, it doesn't take you back to the equation, meaning something was wrong in your equation. So like in this equation, we're going to say to prove. So here we're going to prove. We're going to prove. So we're going to multiply this one. So we're going to say 6x times x, which will be what? X squared. Then we're going to multiply 6x times negative 4y. So we're going to carry this. Positive times negative, it's what? It's negative. So we're going to put a negative here. So it will give us negative what? 24xy, which shows that our answer is what? Correct. It has taken us back to what? To the given equation. So we are going to search in the other paper. We look for another factorization. So please, when you are solving factorization, pay attention also to the powers that are in the equation. Pay attention, because in case you forgot, you just write 1x here, this equation will be messed up. So meaning it won't even give us this equation if we solve the answer. So we need to be very much careful. Before we even start solving factorization, we need to observe the whole equation to check the values that have been given and pay attention and copy the question as it is given. Make sure you use the same values that you are given in the equation. Okay, so this is a 2024 paper, exam paper. So we are going to look at question 12, which is also saying factorization, 2024. Factorization, question 12. So we are going to look at question 12. What do we have? We have 12ab squared minus 4b. All right. So this is our equation that we have been given. This is question 12. 2ab squared minus 4b. So we're going to solve this equation. So what we're going to do here, as I said in the first place, that you have to look at the whole equation. So we have looked at the whole equation now. And we're trying to identify common multiples. Since we have a 2 here, and here we don't have a number. We have a b here, and we have 2 b's here. So meaning this b will be our common what? Our common multiple. Okay. Okay. Let me check if I've copied the question correctly. Okay. So there is a 4 here. There is a 4. Sorry about that. There is a 4. So here there is a what? 2a, b squared, and 4b. So our common multiple is what? Is 2. 2 can go into 2. That's 1. And 2 can go into 4. So 2 is our common multiple. But it's not only 2. We can see that we have b here and b that side. So our equation will be like this. I say you are the first thing before you factorize, identify common what? Common factors. So here we say equals which our common factor. So here our common factor is what? It's 2. So your common factors, you put them outside the bracket. So we are going to say here our common factors are what? 2b, our common factors. So since we have 2b as our common factor, we are going to open the bracket. So we're going to write 2b, open the bracket. Then we are going to put a, b. The reason we are putting b here again is because they are what? There are two b's here. It's being represented by 2. So meaning there are 2 b's that are represented here. So here we'll carry the same sign, negative. So we are going to put negative. So after we put the negative, then we divide 2. We are going to divide 2 into 2. 2 into 4, which is going to give us what? 2. We are not going to replace the b because it's already replaced where? At the front here, outside the bracket. So we are just going to close. So I said in the first place, to prove that your answer is correct, when you multiply your answer, it must take you back to the given what? Equation. So it must take you back to the question. So here we are going to multiply our answer. Let's see if it will take it back. Let's try to prove. Okay. So we are going to try to prove our answer. So here we are going to say, we are going to multiply this 2b multiplied by ab. We are going to have here, we are going to have what? We are going to have 2a. We are going to have 2a. We are going to have 2a b squared minus 2 times 2 times negative 2, positive 2 times negative 2, which will give us negative 4. Negative 4b, which is correct. It has taken us to the what? To the given equation. That shows that our answer is correct. So pay attention to the letters that you are given in the equation. You also need to pay attention. So before you factorize, you look at the entire equation. Then you identify common factors. The common factors are the one you put outside the brackets. And you make sure that your answer, when you multiply, it takes you back to the given equation. So we are also going to talk about signs. You need to pay attention to signs. For instance, here it's negative. If you put here positive, it won't take us back to the given what? To the given equation. So here this is positive and it's negative. That's the reason why here it has remained what? Negative. So if we multiply it, it will take us back to the what? To the given equation. So when you're factorizing, also pay attention to the given what? Given signs, and also know how to multiply what? Your signs. Pay attention on the signs. So I'm going to look at another example about factorization. So we are going to look at another problem. So this is it's factorization. It was found in 2022 paper. It's on 2024 paper. So we are going to solve factorization. The same thing that I said, we are going to look at the variables. So here we have what? The values, we have 15 and what? And 3. Then we have been used by x. So I've been given x and y. These are the letters that we're using in this what? In this equation. So we are going first to get, we're going to say equals. Remember what I said, that before you factorize, make sure you identify common what? Factors. Factors, these are numbers that can go into another number without leaving what? A remainder. So I would say, in short, they are being called as common numbers. So here we're going to look at like 15. So here we're going to look at which number can go into 15. I believe here 3 can go into 15. So we're going to say 3. So after we write 3, we're going to look at what is common here again. We'll find that x is common. Here we have x and here we have x. So we're going to write x here. We're going to write x. Then we'll open the what? The bracket. So we'll open the bracket. Then here we're going to say 3 divide into 15. That's 5. Then 5. Then x divided by x. It is what? It is x. So it will be what? It will be 5. It will be 5. It will be 5 what? X plus 3 into 3, that's 1. X into x, that's 1. So we're going to have what here? Y. We have solved our answer. Let's prove it. I said let's prove it. I said when you prove it, it must take us back to the what? To the given equation. So I've done here, what I have done here, it is I've divided 3 into 15, it is 5 times. Then x into x, it is what? 1, it is 1 time. And x into 2x is 2 times. So I've put x here and the other x there. So meaning when we multiply this times this is giving us 15x squared. Then plus 3 times 3x times positive y. It's giving us what? 3xy. Meaning it's taking us back to the given what? Answer. Let's try it. So we are going to multiply it here. We're what? Proving. So here we're going to say 3x, our answer, 3x, open bracket, 5x plus y, close bracket. So we are going to say, what we are going to do here, we're going to do, this times this is giving us what? 15. This will be what? 15x. So this 15x, we're going to multiply positive plus positive, positive plus positive. It's giving us what? It's giving us 3xy, which is what? Correct. In today's video, we're going to look at factorization. So we're going to look at factorization. We're going to look at factorization with me, your Universal Tutor. Today we're going to look at simple challenges that students faced in factorization. So we are going to factorize. We are going to look at the common mistakes that students make in factorization so that we avoid making such mistakes. So we need to pay attention to the signs, also to the valuables that we are given when doing factorization. So I'm going to copy the question on this paper. Then we work it out together. Okay, I've copied the question. So here we have 2. 2 can go into 4. So we are looking for common multiples that we can use before we factorize. So we can see that 2 can go into 2 and b can also go into what? Into b. So we are going to say, we are going to write here, we are going to say 2, we look at the other common multiple, it's what? B. We open bracket, we are going to put a here, then we put this same sign, negative, we're going to put it there, then 2 into 4, it's how many times? It's 2 times. Then we are going just to leave it like that. We close the bracket. Then here, since there is a square, so meaning there have to be two b here. So we are going to put a b. So after we put a b here, we will try to multiply it. It should take us back to the answer. So we are going to try 2b times 2ab to give us what? 2ab squared. And we are going to multiply. Positive times negative, it's negative. So negative 2 times negative 2, or positive 2 times negative 2, it will give us what? Negative 4. Negative 4b. So meaning our answer is correct. We're going to look at in the 2025 GCE paper. So here we're going to look at question 4, which says factorize completely, which is 6x squared minus 24xy. It's saying factorize completely. So before we factorize, I said even in the first place that you have to look at you have to find first common multiples. So these are numbers that can go into the given number without leaving a remainder. And you also have to look at the variable. So before you even begin to start solving the equation, first you have to look at the whole equation that was given. You identify common multiples, and you put them together, then you factorize. So I'm just going to copy the question here, which says 6, which says here, I'm just going to copy the question. So here, this is our other equation here. It's saying factorize. So here, we can see that we have 6 here. And 6 can go into what? Into 24. 6 can go into 24. We have seen that 6 can go into 24 4 times. So now we are going to say, since 6 is our common multiple, then we also have what? X. So x is also the common multiple in this equation. So we are going to say 6x, open bracket. Then we are going to carry, since here it's squared, meaning there is another x that is here. So we're going to put the other x inside. Then we'll carry the same sign, the negative sign that was here. Put it here. Then 6 into 24, that's 4. Then we're going to put the what? The y. Then we close the bracket. When we multiply this equation, it will take us back to this one. 6x times x, it's giving us 6x squared. Then negative 6x times negative 4y, it's giving us what? 24xy, which is taking us back to the answer. So we are going to look at the other ones that were given in a certain pamphlet, so that we understand why we have to pay attention when we're factorizing. We don't just factorize, because it can also cost you if you have not identified common multiples correctly. So I'm going to repeat this one so that we understand. So this one says factorize completely. So I'm going to repeat this one so that we understand, which is saying now. I'm going to repeat it so that we understand it. We should not remain behind. So this one says, it says 2ab squared minus b. This is minus 4b. I'll copy it here again. So here it says 2ab squared minus 4b. Factorize completely. So here the common multiple, it's what? It's 2. 2 is common here, 2 and what? B. So here we have what? B squared. So open the bracket and we'll bring what? 1b will be here. So here we'll have AB inside minus this one, 2 into 2, that's 2. It's going there 2 times. So we're going to say 2, close bracket, just like that. When we multiply it, 2b times AB, it's giving us what? It's taking us back to the equation to prove. So if you want to prove if the answer is correct, you must multiply it. It should give you the same equation that you are solving on the first place. So here we're going to say 2 we are going to say 2b times ab is going to give us what? It's going to give us 2ab squared minus 2 times 2, that's 4, times b, we put b there. So this is our, it's taking us back to our equation. Our answer is what? Is this one. So meaning the answer is what? Is correct.